Hello viewers, welcome to the second episode of Let's Talk. In the first episode, we looked at COVID-19 and stigmatization. And we came to the appreciation that just as people get malaria and they recover, and we're able to relate to them as brothers and sisters, our friends, our brothers who have recovered from COVID-19 are not supposed to be stigmatized. We are to show love to them by relating to them as one of us. In today's episode, we are looking at a very interesting topic, and the topic is anxiety. What are they? What is anxiety disorder? What are the symptoms? On that note, I welcome you to today's episode. Father, you are welcome.
Thank you, Father.
Give us a general overview of anxiety.
Thank you, my brother, Father. I think when we look at mental health, one of the areas that is the most commonest is what we call the anxiety disorders. So today I want us to look at anxiety disorders. Doing this, we want to understand what anxiety is. Then from there, we look at anxiety disorders, the symptoms, and what causes anxiety disorders in today's episode. As a way of definition, we say anxiety is the body's natural response to stress. You might have gone through stress in one way or the other. You might have been exposed to some kind of fearful situation in one way or the other. You might have faced some kind of uncertainty in one way or the other. Anytime you go through any stressful situation, the body has a way of responding. And so when we talk about anxiety, the American Psychological Association, they define anxiety as an emotion which is characterized by feelings of tension. We all know what tension is. You feel so tense. You feel so worried. So a feeling of tension, worried thoughts, and physical changes like increased blood pressure. So anytime you feel anxious, you feel so tense, you have increased physical changes in your body, and you have worried thoughts. This is what we call anxiety. Then we are saying that it's also a feeling of fear or apprehension about what is to come. You don't know what is going to come, and so you feel so, you are fearsome, you feel so anxious of the unknown or what is to come. So anytime you have a kind of fear in you about what will happen next, you have a kind of apprehension, you have a kind of tension, your body is telling you that there's a kind of stressor. And that's what we talk of anxiety. And for example, let me give an example here. For the first day, perhaps you want to go to school. You have a feeling of some tension in you, some fear. Hey, when I go, how would I be received? Imagine going to meet a group of people the first time. You don't know them. The first time you're going to meet them, you have a kind of, hey, would they accept me? For instance, perhaps when you were asked to be the director of DJSOCOM, and the first time you wanted to come on air, you were asking yourself, how would people take this? Okay? And anytime you are even making this show, you are asking yourself, how would people take it? Would they appreciate it? Would they like it? All these are feelings of fear and kind of worry and uncertainty. So, if you're going for a job interview, okay, you have a kind of uncertainty also in you. So that's what we refer to as anxiety.
So if I get you right, in the layman's understanding, it has to do with the body's reaction to stress.
We call it response by reaction to
okay,
stress.
The body's response to stress.
Yes.
And you are defining the stress in this context to mean the unknown or the fear of what is to come.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, stress itself is not the fear of what is to come.
Okay.
I'm saying that anytime you are going through any life situation,
okay,
perhaps you have a kind of uncertainty in you.
Okay.
There are situations when you feel so much bothered about something. Okay? There are some times when you're going to do a new turn and you are so worried about the turn, okay, thinking about how to achieve success. Okay. So you have a kind of stress, okay, and that kind of uncertainty, that kind of worrisome that associated with this stress is what we call anxiety.
Okay. So a worrisome uncertainty associated with stress is what you term as anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what then is anxiety disorder?
But before I go there, I want people to know that anxiety itself is not bad.
Okay.
Anxiety,
whether positive or negative?
Yes, it's not bad. Because it's normal, it's healthy to feel anxious sometimes. I want my viewers to understand this one.
Okay.
That it's normal, it's anxious to feel anxiety sometimes. Why am I saying this? Actually, anxiety helps us as human beings. It makes us alert and helps us to do things well.
Okay.
For example, if we are a bit anxious before exams, it helps you to prepare very well. If you take it so easy and cool, you're likely to fail because you may not prepare. But because of the anxiety that will come, it will help you to sit up and prepare, read your notes. It never happened to me. Anytime I'm at the exams, I feel like, no, I have not covered. You know, I have not covered.
Yeah.
And I feel like reading more, that is anxiety that helps you to achieve success, okay?
Yeah.
It also helps us to prepare well for example. If we're in danger, for instance, if we're in danger, feeling anxious can help us to escape from the situation.
Okay.
You can see a car coming, okay? You get so anxious.
Alarmed, yeah.
You want to run away. If you are crossing the road, anxiety will help you to look here and here before crossing. If you're not anxious, you just cross and a car will hit
Knock you down, yeah.
So anxiety itself, if you look at all these things, anxiety may not be bad. And in our modern era, anxieties now revolve around work. You're going to work. How do I achieve my target? If I go there, how do my co-workers receive me and all those things?
Yeah.
About money. If you don't have money, my brother, you don't know. You were thinking in this COVID time. People are so worried about how to even eat. So anxiety around money, about family, about life, about health. In this COVID time, you're going out there and you are so anxious. What will happen to me? Will I be infected with COVID?
Yeah.
So about health also, and about other crucial issues that demand a person's attention. So any life issue that demands our attention, can evoke some feelings of anxiety.
Okay.
And we say that ordinary anxiety comes and goes.
Yeah.
It comes and goes. Well, if you need money, you feel so anxious, and if you get the money, it will go, right?
Yeah.
But we are saying that ordinary anxiety will not interfere with your daily life, everyday life. Okay? It will not interfere. It will come and go.
Yeah.
But when anxiety is persistent,
Okay.
to the extent that it interferes with your success and productivity,
Okay.
to the extent that it distracts your daily life, then we talk of anxiety disorders.
So, for the benefit of our viewers, we are looking at anxiety as a tension within a person in response to a particular situation. Now, you're also saying that this tension is neither negative nor positive. But the problem comes in when, as a result of anxiety, the person's daily life becomes disrupted.
Yes.
That is where anxiety disorder comes in.
Yes, thank you very much.
You can proceed.
It's a good summary. I hope we did very well in summary.
So now, you can proceed.
What is anxiety disorder?
Yeah.
We are saying that the duration or severity of an anxious feeling can sometimes be out of proportion to the original trigger or stressor. For instance, you're going to write exams. Then you feel so anxious, it helps you to write the exam. After the exams, still, this kind of anxious is still there. It remains for a month or 2 or 3. It's not going to the extent that you're able to concentrate. Okay? Then know that you are going out of ordinary anxiety. So anxiety disorders are a group of mental illness. I said this one right from the beginning.
Yeah.
That anxiety disorders are the most commonest of all mental illness.
Okay.
So we say that they are a group of mental illness characterized by persistent feelings of high and excessive anxiety and extreme discomfort and tension.
Okay.
Look at the difference here.
Yeah.
I use tension and anxiety. I didn't qualify it with extreme.
Yeah.
I didn't qualify with severe. But when I am defining anxiety disorders, look at it. I'm saying that they are characterized by persistent feelings of high and excessive anxiety and extreme discomfort and tension.
Okay.
So when there's tension which is so extreme and high, remember, you're going into what we call anxiety disorder.
Yeah.
And we're saying that people are likely to diagnose with an anxiety disorder when their level of anxiety becomes so extreme that it significantly interferes with their daily life and stop them from what to do what they want to do.
Okay.
Okay? So it interferes with daily life. You can't even go to work. You can't even interact with people. Okay? You can't even go out there. You are not even happy. Because and that's why anxiety disorders are coming in. Then the American Psychological Association, once again, describes a person with anxiety disorder as having recurring and intrusive thoughts or concerns.
Okay.
Perhaps you are a priest, so you might have met people who have recurring thoughts. No matter how you speak to them, the thoughts start coming.
Yeah.
And so you get so angry. Why is it that I'm telling you that this thing is not correct or that, but yet, please, it's not their fault too. This is what we are looking at. It's intrusive and worrisome and person thought. They come and go. And that's what we call anxiety disorders. And I've told you they are the most commonest of all emotional disorders. They are part of emotional disorders.
Okay.
And the most
commonest
of them.
Okay. All right. Viewers, if you just join us, you are still live on Vox GH. And today we are discussing anxiety disorder. And the program is Let's Talk. Now, having given out the definition of anxiety disorder, what are some of the things a person must exhibit or show for us to know that this person is suffering from anxiety disorder? I mean, in terms of her symptoms.
Thank you, Father. I want to, can we look at those who can easily get anxiety disorder?
Those who are prone to anxiety disorder.
Yes, after that we get into the
symptoms.
Because I love that area.
Okay.
Well, you see, anyone can get anxiety disorders. Anyone. Whether you are
irrespective of your
anybody,
gender,
anybody can get it. Whether you are a priest, you are a head porter, you can get anxiety disorder. But we're saying that according to American Psychological Association, I keep on quoting them because they are authority in these things.
Okay.
So according to them, they are saying that women and girls are more likely than men to diagnose with anxiety disorders.
Okay.
Yes. And in normal life situations, you see, the stresses women go through, okay, can easily lead them to go through anxiety disorder, a lot of them.
Okay.
And you can see, if you observe around, you can see most of our women are going through a lot of emotional distress.
Okay.
Then they're also saying that they are also common in people who were neglected or abused as children, or those who are neglected or abused as adults. And let's take interest here. If somebody was ever abused as a child or neglected as a child, and this is a cause of worry, you ask yourself, and that's why I've been saying, if you meet somebody who is highly dysfunctional or somebody who is going through some emotional discomfort or disorder, don't judge the person. You don't know the person's upbringing. You don't even know what the person went through.
Yeah.
And this is what we're talking about. That anybody who must have suffered neglect or abuse as a child may go through a lot of anxiety disorders. And even as adults, those who are living in abusive relationships, even in marriage, those who are going through any form of abusive relationship, they go through. You can be a man, you can be a woman. Okay, but if you go through any abusive relationship, you can easily suffer
anxiety disorder.
Okay. So let's not limit to anybody is at risk. They also common. We're also saying that anxiety disorders are also common 1 out of 3 people will have an anxiety disorder at any point in their life. So you can see how common they are. 1 out of 3 people will definitely
experience anxiety disorder.
So you can see how frequent it is. So that is it.
Okay. Now the symptoms.
Thank you. We say that people with anxiety disorder have very strong feelings of worry, unease or fear. That's what we said.
Yeah.
Strong feeling of worry, unease or fear. That is the first thing we want to look at.
Okay.
They are more anxious than most people would be in the same situation.
Okay.
Perhaps we've all gone through the same situation. Perhaps we're all in school together. And after preps, we were supposed to go to a dormitory, we didn't go.
Yeah.
And the CS master came to arrest us.
Yeah.
Perhaps I was saying, so what?
It's normal.
Normal. The other person is see. But the other person, what will happen to us? So the person cannot even eat. Okay? The person can't even sleep the whole night. So this is what we are looking at.
Okay.
So, and other symptoms include they feel panic. They'll be there and they feel panic. You know what panic? We'll get there. We'll get to shock or panic. We'll get there. They have trouble breathing. If you have anxiety disorder, you have panic breathing, as if you have asthma. You don't have asthma. It's anxiety. Okay? Then you have a racing heart or chest pain. You have anxiety disorder, you have a racing heart, boom, 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 or you have chest pain. Yeah. And viewers should take this one very, very serious. Because anxiety disorders can have a lot of can bring a lot of physical changes in the body. The chest pain, sometimes you have chest pain, you may think you have coronavirus. It's not coronavirus. It may be anxiety disorder you're going through. You feel dizzy, shaky, or sick. Somebody will go to the hospital, they will do everything. You are going through a kind of anxiety disorder. And perhaps you need the service of a counselor to help. Then what again? You sweat a lot. You sweat.
No, because you are tense.
Yes, you're tense. Definitely, you sweat. Then you find it difficult to think clearly or even concentrate. And perhaps you might have gone through some tension situations where your thoughts, you can't put your thoughts together. You feel like the whole world is crashing on you. Okay? Yeah. You can't concentrate. That can also be a sign of anxiety disorder. You feel depressed. Nothing else interests you.
Yeah.
And people will think that, oh, this guy was so lively. What's happening to the person?
Yeah, all of a sudden.
The person is going through some anxiety disorder. You have irrational and excessive fear. I remember very well in 1996 when we had an accident, St. Mary's. You remember? We had an accident and we went to the house. Anytime I was in the car, I felt like the car was
another accident.
Yes. That is it. The fear, irrational fear, excessive fear. You're in your room and you hear the sound of a car, then you're afraid that it's going to crash the wall. That is what we are talking about here. Then you become apprehensive and you have tense feelings. Then the last of all, you have difficulty managing their task. So you may not feel all these things at the same time. Okay? All these may not be true in one person. But the kind of person you are, these are some of the general symptoms you may experience as a result of anxiety disorders.
Okay. All right. Today, let's wrap it up by looking at the causes of anxiety disorder. Then next week, we shall look at the effects and then the types of anxiety disorder.
Yes, okay.
If you're able to give us the causes.
That's okay. Thank you very much. I think we want to look at the cause of anxiety disorder. And we are saying that there are many interrelated factors, causes. Okay. As about anxiety disorders. And the causes of a particular disorder may vary. And it is not easy to determine a cause in any case. Okay. But if you look at the various types of anxiety disorders, one cause may not be true for all of them.
Okay.
And it's very difficult to determine one cause, being the cause of this particular disorder. But generally, we want to look at the following as some of the causes of anxiety disorder. And the first one we look at genetic factors. Yes, we have genetic factors.
The genes also contribute.
Yes. Okay. So look at it. We are saying that it is well established that the tendency to develop anxiety disorders runs in families. Oh. It runs in families. So perhaps if you see a woman who is so much emotional or that, if you look at the children too, perhaps it may run through the family. And we say that this is similar to the predisposition to illness such as diabetes, hypertension, or any other things. It's just like that. Heart disease. And we also say that people may also learn anxious responses from parents or other family members. So that is it. So you have genetic factors coming in. Then we have biochemical factors. Okay, we are saying that some anxiety disorders may be related in part to a chemical imbalance in the brain. Okay, you know the relationship between the brain and these things. Okay, so the neurotransmitter, okay, that regulates feelings and physical reaction may be involved in this. Okay, that one it's a higher one, but I just want people to know that chemical imbalance in the body can also lead to anxiety disorder. Then temperament. Okay. The temperament can also contribute to anxiety disorders. People with certain temperaments are more prone to anxiety disorders. People who are easily aroused and upset, are very sensitive and emotional, are more likely to develop anxiety disorders. In this case, if you look at the 4 temperaments, okay, two of them will easily be prone to anxiety disorders, and these are the sanguines and the cholerics. Cholerics, okay. Yes, this one can easily, because of their nature, they can easily exhibit these kind of things. The melancholics and phlegmatics may also fall in there, because sometimes melancholic and phlegmatics might have been abused as children because of their nature. They don't come out, so they can also, but sometimes they're able to internalize the pain, which also is not too good, because when they explode, it's not easy. And that's why the sanguine, the choleric may be angry now, within a short time it's gone. Okay, and by their nature, the sanguine and the choleric may go through anxiety, but they easily perhaps overcome it. But the choleric, the phlegmatic and the melancholic, by their nature, they are easily affected by these things. They will say that people who as children were inhibited, okay, and shy, they were inhibited, they were not allowed to do certain things, and they are so shy, may also be prone to develop certain anxiety disorders such as social phobia. You're not even allowed to go anywhere, and so the stage fright, when you go to school, they ask you to take part in drama and go, they have to go to a studio, so they can also develop social phobia. We'll talk about it next week. Then what we call learned response as also a cause of anxiety disorder. So people are exposed to situations, people or objects that are upsetting or anxiety arousing, and such people may develop anxiety response. When somebody is exposed to some situations, they may develop a kind of anxiety response. And for instance, this response can be reactivated when faced with or thinking about a situation, person or object again. Let me give an example. Okay, I was talking about my accident in '96. Okay, you sit in a car and the guy shifts a bit quickly. That mind goes back. It goes back. Okay, when you face an abuse situation, okay, and perhaps you see somebody being abused, you may have the response, and you may go back to it. We'll talk about these things in our next episode. But we have what we call learned response also as a cause. Then the last one is stress. Stress. So stressful life situations such as loss, chronic disease, accidents, separations, divorce, failure, etc. are associated with the development of some anxiety disorders, especially post-traumatic stress disorders. So we have various causes, but these are some of the things we can lay hands on. But I want to reiterate, anxiety disorders are not the lot of few people. And the whole world is one of the most commonest of all mental illness. And each one of us is prone to anxiety disorders.
Well, You heard it from him. Anxiety disorders are not the lot of the few. The whole world, everyone is prone to anxiety disorder. Next week, we shall continue our discussion on anxiety disorder. We'll be looking at the types of anxiety disorder, the effects, and others. If you have any question on anxiety disorder, send your question to our email line, and we will gladly respond to your question. Till I come your way again with another episode of Let's Talk, keep faith alive, and God bless you.